Grade 11s, I welcome you once again to accounting with Ali Clive. Okay, today we are looking at the notes to the financial statements. I've only picked a question that is dealing with the current account. Okay, the note to the current account is one of the key things that you are supposed to understand when it comes to the notes to the balance sheet. Okay, so we are given information extract from the records of BBZ traders on the 31st of December 2022, and then we've got this additional information, partnership agreement and everything. So this is all the information that we need to do our note to the financial statement, and the note that you are looking at is only the current account note, one of the key notes when we are looking at partnerships. Okay, on this side I have prepared a template, the answer book, the answer template that we are going to be using. If you look at it closely, you can see that some of the figures have already been inserted, so it means we'll be calculating all the other amounts that are missing. Okay, so one thing that you need to understand when we are looking at the current account note is that we start by doing the calculation for the primary distribution of profit. After that, we do the final distribution. We go to the undrawn profits, the balance at the beginning, and then we finally calculate the balance at the end of the year. Okay, when we say primary distribution of profit is made up of partners' salaries, interest on capital, and partners' bonuses. So these are the items that we are supposed to calculate first, and then after that, we subtract all the primary distribution from the net profit that this business made so that we can do the final distribution of profit. But anyway, I think we are not going to be doing that because we are already given some of the amounts. We have already been given the final distribution for David, and then the profit sharing ratio. From the information that is given, the remaining profits is shared between B, Sam, and Z David in the ratio 3:2 respectively. Okay, I hope you are ready. And now as we start our calculations. So the first calculation that we are going to do is the calculation for the partners' salaries. Okay, let's go to the partnership agreement. Number one, the partners are entitled to the following salaries. Okay, B Sam is 50,000 rent per month. Z David is 480,000 per year, and this 480,000 is already indicated on the answer book. So what we are supposed to calculate is the salary for B Sam. We record the salaries at the end of the financial year. So the salaries are supposed to be for 12 months. So if we are given a salary for 1 month, it simply means we are supposed to multiply it by 12 months so that we can get the money that was supposed to be received for the year by B Sam. Okay, let's go to the answer book and record the salary for B Sam. Okay, all right. Okay, this one was okay. Here we've got 480,000, which is already given, and then the partner salaries here we said for B Sam we are going to say 50,000 multiplied by 12 months. Multiplied by 12 months, 50,000 times 12 months is going to give us 600,000. So the salary for B Sam is 600,000. Okay, and then now we need to go on to the partners' interest on capital. We are already given the one for Sam is 72,000. So we are supposed to calculate the one for David. Okay, let's go back to the partnership agreement. Okay, number three, interest on capital is calculated 12% per annum on the capital balances. Okay, note that Z David increased his capital contribution by 100,000 from 1 July 2022. I always prefer to make a timeline so that we can make the proper calculation of the interest on capital. Okay, our financial year is like this. Okay, it ends on 31 December. It means it started on 1 January 2022. And then they are saying that Z David increased his capital contribution by 100,000 on 1 July. So 1 July is more or less like the middle of the financial year. 1 July, what is happening on 1 July? There is a plus 100,000. Okay, if you look at the information that you are given, This is supposed to be Z David. The capital is given already 500,000 at the end of the year. So here we've got 500,000 at the end of the year. So what we need now is the amount of capital before the increase. So if we increase by 100,000 to get 500,000, it means how much money did we actually have from the beginning? We simply have to subtract the increase. So it means from here we had 400,000. Okay, now when we have got these amounts, now it's easy for you to calculate the correct amount. So we now say 400,000 times 12% multiplied by the number of months from 1 January to 30 June. We're not going to count July. There are 6 months times 6 months over 12. Okay, so if we have already calculated for 6 months, it means there are also other 6 months remaining. So we're going to say 6 over 12 times the percentage is 12%. Okay, multiplied by, from here the capital became 500,000 because 100,000 was added. So we are going to say times 500,000. Okay, let's do our calculation. 400,000 times 12% times 6 over 12. We are going to have something like 24,000. Okay, and then when we say 500,000 times 12% times 6 over 12, we have something like 30,000. Okay, and then in the end we are supposed to just add the two amounts. 24 plus 30,000, it will give us something like 54,000 is our interest on capital for we are looking at the account of Z David. Okay, Z David. Okay, this is Z David. Okay, interest on capital. Okay, I hope this calculation is the same. The error that most learners do is to look at the time frame. When was it increased? How much was it before? That is the error that most of you learners make. So you need to be watchful of that. So that's why I said it's always easy for you to make your timeline so that you understand your financial year. So that you know exactly when was it increased, how much was it before. Okay, so it means interest on capital for Z David is 54,000. 54,000. The one for BSAM is already given. Let's go on to partners bonuses. Okay, let's move on again to the partnership agreement. They are saying on number 2, BSAM is entitled to a bonus of 80% of his monthly salary. How much is BSAM's monthly salary? It's 50,000. So it simply means we are going to say 50,000 multiplied by 80%. Okay, which will give us something like 40,000. Okay, there is no bonus for Z David. The bonus was only there for BSAM. Okay, now at this point that we have got our salaries, we've got the interest on capital, we've got the bonus, it means now we can actually calculate our primary distribution of profit. Remember what I said, the primary distribution of profit is made up of the salaries, the interest on capital, and the bonus if it is there. All right, let's add everything for BSAM, and we'll also do the same thing for Z David. Okay, let's go back to our calculations. Okay, for BSAM, it's actually 712,000. 712,000. Okay, for Z David, okay, my calculator is saying it's 534,000. 534,000. Okay, this is the primary distribution of profit. Okay, so if you look at the template, the next thing that is coming is the final distribution of profit, how they distributed the remaining profits. Okay, but here we're already given the distribution that was received by Z David. So that was what we are going to use to calculate the money that was also received as a final distribution by BSAM. Okay, we use the ratio. Okay, the ratio that is given there, it's saying that the remaining profit is shared between BSAM and Z David in the ratio 3:2 respectively. Okay, fine. So we can say we have got BSAM and then we have got Z David. Okay, so they are saying they are supposed to share in the ratio 3:2. Okay, and already for Z David we are given that he received 261,600. 261,600. But the one for BSAM, we do not know it. Okay, it's going to be a simple calculation. This is what you simply do. You simply say 3 over the 2 that we already know. What we want to calculate is the 3 multiplied by 261,600. Okay, let's go to our calculators and then see how much we're going to get. We'll get something like 392,400. Okay, let's record the final distribution here. 392,400. This is the final distribution for BSEM. Okay, so once now we have what the final distribution and the primary distribution, we can now calculate the net profit as per income statement. The net profit as per income statement. Okay, how do we get the net profit as per income statement? Primary distribution plus final distribution gives us the net profit as per income statement. Okay, so we are going to say for BSEM 712,000 plus 392,400. Let's calculate and find out how much we'll get. We'll get something like 1,104,400 for BSEM. Let's do the same thing for Z David. Okay, we have got the primary distribution and the final distribution here. When we add the amount, it is going to give us something like 795,600. Okay, ignore this. This was an error. 795,600. Okay, so the net profit as per income statement has been recorded. How did we get it? Primary distribution plus final distribution. Okay, now we need to subtract the drawings that are given from the net profit as per income statement so that we get the retained income. So it's net profit minus drawings. Net profit as per income statement minus the drawings, it gives us the what? The undrawn profits or the retained income. Okay, let's do that. Okay, for BSEM, if we go to our calculators, we are going to remain with something like 96,000. Okay, we'll remain with 96,000, but it's negative because you can see the net profit is smaller than the drawings that actually took place. So there's a negative amount. Let's do the same thing again for Z David. Net profit minus the drawings will remain with something like 45,600. 45,600. Okay, now we record the balance at the beginning of the year. The balance at the beginning of the year are given in the extract from the records. Okay, where's the current account? Current account BSEM is 146,500. 146,500 is credit, which means it's positive. Let's also look at Z David. Z David also is 33,000 credit, which means it's a positive balance. 33,000 also a positive balance. Okay, so the last item that we are doing, or the last calculation that we are doing, is to calculate the balance at the end of the year. How then do we get the balance at the end of the year? We are going to say the retained income plus the balance at the beginning of the year. It will give us the balance at the end of the year. Okay, all right, so for the first one, this one is a negative amount plus 146,500. We are going to remain with 50,500 for BSEM. And then for Z David, we are going to say 45,600 plus 33,000. It will give us something like 78,600. 78,600. So this is our current account. It is now complete. I hope you have understood all the steps that I've taken, especially on the interest on capital, partners, bonuses. In most questions, you find that not all partners will always be entitled to bonuses. It's usually one partner. And how do we get the primary distribution of profit? Primary distribution of profit is salaries plus interest on capital plus bonus. Okay, final distribution, this is the amount that remained, and we distribute this money using the profit sharing ratio, the 3:2. Okay, since we're given the 2, we had to calculate the 3 for SEM, which gave us 392,400. Okay, so this is all for the current account. Note, Okay, I hope you have fully understood all my calculations. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to like the videos. Please also hit the notification button so that you know when we've added new videos for you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.